All right, everybody, welcome back. I am Bimonte. I'm joined by Joe Bernal.
Hello.
So, Joe, how did you qualify this year to get here?
Well, I qualified by winning a CT with Tenjin Manhoe.
Okay.
Yeah, the second team CT.
Okay, sweet. And what format did you play in that CT?
I played Modern.
Okay, cool. So I guess, why do you play here? Why the NRG series?
Well, I love Chicagoland Magic. It's great, wrong one.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, and it's I really like what Norm, the owner of Nerd Rage, is doing with this series.
Yeah.
Bringing in these higher level cash tournaments in the Chicagoland area allows us to just kind of like stay local and play with all of our friends in the area, and it's great. I love it so far.
Cool. So the series, I know you guys won a team tournament. Is that the best moment of 2018 for you for Nerd Rage series?
There's a few moments of 2018. It was really frustrating, but it was also a good moment losing to Tommy in the finals of one.
I remember that.
That was a legacy one, and he was playing Mist Hollow-Griffin, and I don't know if you know this, but any deck I've ever played can't beat Mist Hollow-Griffin. So
that's pretty good. I think Brad and I talked about it. That was one of his favorite moments casting because he was like, "Oh, he's just got to hit perfect on his brainstorm. He's just dead." Hits the perfects off the brainstorm. I was like, "Oh, here we go."
Yeah.
So that was a crazy tournament. But you're here anyway. Lost, but you're still here. So no harm done. So we talked about your decks can't be Miss Hollow-Griffin. Tommy's is maybe to play the deck like that. Is there any metagame considerations?
For a tournament like this, there's a ton of different things you have to consider. But the way the layout is of the tournament structure, so you're playing 2 rounds of this, 2 rounds of that, 2 rounds of that. Yeah. It's really hard. We just got the pods yesterday, right? So it's really hard to put that much thought into okay, what am the people I'm playing against going to play? Because you could get paired against them in a format that you can't really plan on playing against everybody in every format. It's just not really reasonable. So.
And you actually were in the position where Matt Ho, your teammate, swapped you into a different pod.
Yeah.
So there was more consideration probably for you guys. Chatted about it and said, I'd rather be here.
So that's so that part of it was basically we just wanted to make sure that all 3 of us weren't in the same pod, or multiple of us in the same pod. So really, it was kind of an easy swap. We just wanted to see where we're actually going to put everybody. So what it ended up being was, okay, putting me in pod 1 that made the most sense for modern matchups because we're playing the same thing in standard and legacies. Okay. So that's how we ended up on this decision. So.
Cool. Well, we talked a lot about Magic.
Yeah.
How about life outside Magic?
Life outside Magic is really interesting for me because everything in my life involves Magic.
Sure.
It's my full-time job, and it's my hobby. So, really everything I do is kind of based around Magic. All my friends are, I've been playing Magic since I've been 8 years old, but I've been playing FNMs since I was 16. So basically all of my friends are Magic friends. So.
Cool. Gotcha. All right. So I looked over the deck list, obviously, all 70 of them, 70 plus of them. And I'm reading through your deck list. I'm like, oh, yeah, whatever, no big deal. And I get to your sideboard, and I'm like, what does Isolate do? So tell me about Isolate.
Okay, so I've been playing Blue-White Control for a while now in Modern. And, Modern is the format I'm least comfortable in.
Gotcha.
But I have, Blue-White. And the way I've built it, there's not too many ways to deal with the card Aether Vial.
That's true.
And
that's true.
I've tried all sorts of different things. Engineered Explosives, Fragmentize, all the 2-mana ones, just boarding in a Stony Silence, or, all the different kinds of ways to deal with it. But Isolate was actually a really good printing from M19, and I've been over-impressed with that card.
Okay.
You can board in all these cards that are, good against Aether Vial. Certainly Pithing Needle is much better than Isolate against exactly Aether Vial. But the problem with that card is it doesn't hit the other, 60, 6% of the 1-drop draws that they have.
Yep.
So if you have a Pithing Needle versus a Noble Hierarch draw, it's miserable, right? But Isolate covers all of those bases, and it's, good versus Aether Vial. So also it allows the blue-white deck to have the, something that Jeskai can do because they have Lightning Bolt.
Yeah.
It allows you to go turn 1 removal spell without giving them a land.
Gotcha.
And then Snapcaster Mage on turn 3, do it again, and that's super important for that. It also does a lot of other things that you kind of don't really think about, it exiles Amulet of Vigor.
Yeah.
That's a huge one, having just a way to interact with it. Turn 1, 1 mana instant speed. I've boarded in against Tron and like exiled.
I feel so bad.
It does feel so bad, but there's so many hands that they have that just rely on Expedition Map or their one mana to make a green source. You know, if they have like double Tron land, you look at a lot of Tron opening hands, and it's like all of them involve a lot of them involve using your one mana artifact thing. Yeah. So and the Expedition Map hands are obviously the best ones if you can do that.
That makes a lot of sense. So I also hear you're a big Drake fan.
I am a big Drake fan. I love Drake.
Best Drake song?
Child's Play. Yeah, Child's Play is great. I can sing it word for word. I have done it many times in car rides, and it just came out this year, right? If I remember right. Yeah. So it's pretty great. Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. So who's gonna win the whole thing?
Well, I'm hoping for either me, Tangent, or Hoey. So that's who I'm gonna guess. One of us.
Okay, good. Just covered. 3 of the 24. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then the last thing, and I'll let you get out of here. What would you like to see from NRG in 2019?
Well, I'd like to. Them moving up to 5Ks is great. Everything's awesome. I love it for the players. Everything's been pretty good so far. I just want the series to continue to grow. Sure. It's good. I like. There's a lot of good local tournaments in Chicagoland right now, and I just kind of want the Chicago player base to be more engaged with the tournament organizers. Like just come out to these events. They're really, really good.
For sure.
And I think we have a really healthy scene in Chicago right now, and I just love it to get even better.
I agree. All right. Well, Joe, congrats on getting here, and good luck tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see everyone later.
Bye.